A motorcyclist first rode at a speed of 90 km per hour and then at a speed of 30 km per hour. What is the average speed of the motorcyclist for the entire journey? Consider the cases when a motorcyclist was traveling at 90 km per hour, A, half of the distance, and B, half of time. For the first part of the journey of the motorcyclist, velocity is 90 kilometers per hour. V2 stands for the speed of motorcyclist during the second part of his journey. We have to consider two cases. A case. Distance is the same for the first and for the second part of journey. S1 equals S2, and we can write equals S total divided by 2. Case B. Time taken the motorcyclist to ride the first part of his journey equals time taken the motorcyclist for the second part and equals time total divided by 2. And we have to find average velocity for the first and for the second case, VA and VB. We have two separate problems. So, case A. The whole distance is divided into two parts of equal length, S1 and ST. These segments are of the same length. Here, V1 is the speed of the motorcyclist, here V2. If we want to find the average speed, we have to divide average total distance by total time. Let us find total time. Total time is the sum of times taken the cyclist for riding the first part and the second part. T total equals T1 plus T2. Find separately T1 and T2. To find time, we have divide S1 by V1. T1 equals S1 over V1. But S1 equals S total divided by 2 equals S total divided by 2 and V1. T2 equals S2 divided by V2 equals S total divided by 2 and V2. So the total time is T total equals T1 plus T2. T1 S total over 2 times V1 plus S total divided by 2 V2. So let us take the common factor out of brackets, equals common factor S total divided by 2. S total divided by 2, and in the brackets unit over V1 plus unit over V2. So bring it to the common denominator, equals S total divided by 2. The common denominator is V1, V2, the numerator V2 plus V1. This is total time. To find average velocity, let us divide S total by T total, by this fraction. So V average equals S total divided by this fraction. To divide by fraction is the same as to multiply by inverted fraction. So this denominator we write into numerator, and this numerator write into denominator, V1 plus V2. S total divides out, and finally we have VA, case A, gives twice V1, V2 over V1 plus V2. This is the first answer. VA equals 12 twice 90, 30, 90 plus 30 kilometers per hour gives us 45 kilometers per hour. So for case A, we obtain VA is equal to 45 kilometers per hour. The first answer. Let's consider the second case. During the first part of journey and during the second part of journey, we have the same time of movement, B. The whole journey. Since this speed is greater than this, we can draw the first segment S1 greater than the second segment S2. V1 for the first segment, V2 for the second, T1 for the first segment, t2 for the second. Average velocity, both in the first case and in the second case, we can calculate dividing the total distance by the total time. Let us find the total distance. S total is the sum of these two distances, S1 plus S2. S1 equals V1 times T1, but T1 equals half of the total time. So we can write V1 times T total over 2. S2 equals V2 times T2 equals V2 times T total over 2. And now we can add these two distances to obtain S total. S total equals V1 T total over 2 plus V2 T total divided by 2. Now take the common factor out of brackets. Common factor is T total over 2, and in the brackets remains V1 plus V2. This is the total distance. To find average speed, let us divide the total distance by the total time. VB equals total distance T total V1 plus V2 over 2 divided by T total. T total divides out, and finally we have VB equals V1 plus V2 over 2. So in the second case, average speed is mean speed or a middle speed. VB equals 90 plus 30 kilometers per hour equals 60 kilometers per hour. VB equals 60 kilometers per hour. Paying attention to the fact that these two average speeds are calculated using absolutely different formulas. Not middle value. Yes, middle value. The problem is solved.